Good morning, everybody. It is Wanda here this morning with today's tarot and for the weekend forecast. How are you all this morning? I hope that you are all well. Welcome everybody from the United States, England. Hello, Michelle. Very beautiful to see you here this morning. Even though I can't see you, I can energetically feel you. How are you? And Lisa, hi Lisa, haven't seen you for a while, dolls. How are you? Hope you're well. Hope everything in business is fabulous. Anne, how are you? Penelope, welcome everybody. I'm just waiting for a few more to hop on. It's a bit of a slow energy at the moment as our sort of immediate cosmos becomes a little bit darker because of the new moon showing up. The light in the sky, aside from the stars, is a little bit sort of softening. Brenda, welcome. I'll just wait for a few more people to hop on. And who haven't I said good morning to? Good morning, all Australians. Good morning, those from England, all over the world, Asia and South Africa. Mustn't forget that. New Zealand. How are you all this morning? Bali. Wow, awesome. How are you? Type in the comments box below. Pop in a question. I might have time for a few questions this morning. I know that they've been quite popular on this forecast, so maybe we can start there, but I will start now straight away anyway. How are you all this morning? Here in Kiama, it's a bit of a dreary day. It's somewhat overcast, and today is Friday. I love Fridays. Do you love Fridays? Fridays has always been my ending day of the week. Time for me to sort of catch up with all the things that I didn't do through the week. And today is going to be a huge catch-up day for me. What about you? What is your plan for the weekend on this full moon? And if you can have a look in the comments box, I've typed in, are you a victim? Okay. What happens when you fail at something? What is your perception about that? Do you go straight into victim or anger and you go, oh, rats, that wasn't for me? Do you know, in my own journey up to now, that some of you have been following me, that you sort of know that that I've been having a few struggles lately, you know, with my marriage breakup and all that kind of thing. And what I've learned is that whilst part of you sort of knows what's going on and you understand why, you start to overthink things, and you start to sometimes project from victimness, like, you know, and that's not radical responsibility. And this is what I understand now. I thought, you know, if I stood up and was responsible for all the things that I made a mistake about in my relationship, and where I went wrong and what I did do and what I didn't do, and shaming and blaming myself for things I did do, right? That is not entirely radical responsibility, right? It's being a victim. And I hadn't realized, why is that a victim? Well, I'm owning it, but I'm also feeling bad about it as well. I'm going, oh, you know, I did this and I did that and I shouldn't have done this and I shouldn't have done that. So you're actually being a victim. Oh, it's raining in Canberra. Holy moly. Well, it looks like we might be getting rain here too, Lisa. But getting back to radical responsibility. Radical responsibility is this. It's letting go of all those thoughts that spin in your head that tell you how wrong you are when you want to own something. Because that's going back into victimness. It's not standing in your power. It's not empowering you. If you can stand there tall and say, yes, I'm responsible for all the things that have happened in my life up to now, and in this relationship, I am letting go of what no longer serves me, and with love, release the other person to go on their own journey. Because if you, like myself, are trying to help everybody, and especially want to help those that you love because you want to see them succeed, you want to see them be happy, if you're in that space, and I know that you want to serve that way, if they're not doing the work And if they're not standing up for themselves, you taking it over for them is like a breach of contract, right? I know that you think you're coming from the space of love and compassion, but you're actually not. What you're doing is taking away unconsciously their power to help themselves, and let them sink or fall, whatever that may look like. And I hope that makes sense to you. This is very powerful what I'm sharing with you, because I've done this all my life, and I want to share this with you too. Stop blaming yourself right now at this moment for things that you did or didn't do at the time. It was your lack of understanding. It was your lack of understanding about the bigger picture. Now, does that mean that you're scot-free? Absolutely not. Because you know when you own something, but you own it to empower you to know that you will then, at that moment when you need to take a charge and act in a different way, behave in a different way, then you embody love and compassion. And when I started doing that and letting go of a relationship that was no longer serving me, but also no longer serving my partner, I was able to go into myself and go, okay, well, what's really going on here at the deeper level? And even though I would not class myself as a victim, I actually was, because standing in, yep, I'm ashamed of this and I'm the blame for that, but actually going, oh my God, you know, like here I am 60 years old and I'm still freaking around doing this shit, you know? So that's being a victim in that way. So when you go into that space of that, even inside that space, you're no longer in a space of self-love for you. And self-love means loving the good part of yourself that we all seem to know, but it's also loving the shadow self of yourself, loving the shadows, loving that part of you when you do fuck it up, when you don't mean to, but you do. And every time you get stuck when you're triggered, all that kind of stuff, it's loving that. And knowing when to say enough is enough, and to take a step back and then go into very slowly into self-love, especially when you're the kind of person who thinks that you need to love out there. And I'm going to share with you later on a live exactly, I remember the time, I want to share that with you on self-love, and I will be doing a video maybe at about 11 o'clock tonight, this morning, about just that. So if you're interested in self-love, victimness, coming from my perspective and my understanding of it, please join me at 11 a.m. In the meantime, I think I better get back into the cards. Otherwise, everyone's going to go, oh, holy crap, she's bagging again, chit-chatting again and not getting on with it. All right, so today's card is the forecast for this weekend, and we all know that it's the new moon, and I hope that you've got your journal ready and your pen handy to do a deep dive inside yourself. So that's a very powerful. I'm going to be doing that right after this call, 11 o'clock, then I'm on again to talk with you again about what I wanted to share with you. Hopefully that it will make your lives a little bit easier. It'll help you understand yourself a little bit more, because I sort of think that if I share my everything, you know, if I share that, maybe you have a bit more of a better understanding about yourself. Okay, so today's card is the Three of Pentacles. I love this card. Okay, now you see that the guys is chiseling out there. Now the Three of Pentacles is about building up your finances. So in the coming days, in the coming weeks, you're going to have the opportunity to start building up. If you had a little project in the side that you thought, oh, you know, this might earn me some money or help me with something, then you're going to get the inspiration, but you're also going to see the physical evidence of your rewards of what you've been doing in these last maybe months, years, trying to build up something to earn a little bit more dosh. Now those of you who are in the 9-to-5 job, you're going to get a bonus. This might mean that you're going to be asked in the next 3 days, 3 weeks, So, okay, maybe starting Monday, maybe you might even get a message today about how you're going to hear. The boss might go, listen, we've got Fred who's going to go off for a holiday. Can you take over his role as well as do your own for a week or so? There's a bonus involved, right? That's what that's all about. But it's also steady, okay? It's something that you can build up. That money is coming in, and that's a really, really good thing. Get creative in your thinking. Being a 3, number 3 is the creative number, and Pentacles is about our physical reality. On the other hand, you might have built up that money and you might be able to go buy yourself something beautiful or treat yourself to something wonderful like a spa treatment, nails, whatever sort of your heart desires. So welcome everybody who's hopped on. Hello. I'll quickly go through the list. Debbie, Sharon, Angela, Mina. I love that name, Mina. That's a beautiful name. I used to work with a Mina a long time ago. Valerie, how are you? Who else is on? I think that's all I can see for now. Let's have a look. I'll just move this thing. And if I haven't said hello, I think Valentino, welcome from New York City, man. How is it today? Is it snowing? Is the sun out? Are there yellow taxis everywhere? Belinda, Mary and John, welcome. Kate, hello, darling. How are you? All right. So who else is there? Kathy, Robin, Steve. Oh, Steve, love your videos, man. Elizabeth. So if you have joined on, why don't you tell me what is it that you're going to do for yourself, the one thing that you're going to do for yourself this weekend, okay, in that self-love space and honoring yourself. So the 3 of Pentacles is you're going to start getting the dribbles coming in. Now, these dribbles I'm talking about is not necessarily like a one-off dribble. It's something that will bring a dribble that will be like the flow of a river. It will start building up. It's starting to happen now. I love that. Do you love that? That's wonderful. So there, I'm going to put that there so I don't forget where it is. And today I'm going to read for, let's have a look, Kathy Baker. I'm going to read for Kathy Baker. She's up the top there. Okay, Kath, here it comes. Today's angel card for you, and we all know that if you're used to my readings, that whatever's good for Kathy is also good for us, that here on this collective right now, and those who will watch the replay, okay, you will know that the card is for everybody. How are you going, Belinda? How's your doula business going, darling? All right, let's have a look. So, Kathy, this is for you, darling. Okay, the angel of relationships. Holy moly. Okay, what does this mean? Right. The angel of relationships in this card is actually several things. If you have a look, it's about friendships, family, and lovers. Kathy, start to examine the relationship that you have with yourself. Are you being a victim to other people's needs and wants versus your own? That's number 1. That's a very good question. Are you serving others first before you serve yourself? And that's it. And are you feeling depleted in your energies? Emotional depletion, physical depletion. Are you being a victim and not taking radical responsibility for yourself and looking after you first? That is what this card's all about, because it'll filter in with everything that you do, with your clients, with your work colleagues, with your family, with your lovers, you know, with your partners. So look deeply at yourself. Look deeply within yourself and ask yourself, are you serving others before you serve yourself? Because until you have that strength that you know yourself, you know when you need to say no, you know that you need to look after yourself. And for me, oh my God, I can't tell you how much of a servant I am. You know, that I look at, you know, I'm the kind of person who goes, right, everybody else is right and now it's me. And by the time I've done that, it could be the end of the day and I'm too tired to look after me. And that's not right. That is clearly, it's it's a big fat malfunction against your soul. Your soul's going like, what the hell, you know? And I've done that all my life. And if you're young enough and you're younger than me, listen up, guys. Don't do that. Don't get to my age and realize it, you know? So that's very much about loving yourself, standing in your divine power as a male or as a female, embracing the two and knowing to give yourself love first. Because in my old way, when I was younger, I was always told, oh, you're selfish, you know? And so, yeah, that ingrained in me like big time. And I'm still suffering the consequences of that now. I realize it now, and I'm healing that radical shifting of shit that no longer serves me and has completely been at the core of my, I suppose, of what I've really wanted in my life. So that's about that. And the last one I wanted to share with you is, you know that I all love these cards by Rebecca Campbell, Work Your Light. They're beautiful. And I'm going to shuffle a card for you right now for the weekend forecast for everybody, okay? And have a look and see what, oops, my goodness, they're all falling out. Holy moly. There we are. This one flew out, and I don't know whether you can see that. The light is probably hiding it. It's the Sisterhood of the Rose. What does that mean? Hang on, I just keep sliding down the chair. I've got my tracky pants on, and so when I'm sort of getting real close to the camera that is in front of me, I tend to slide down, so I have to keep lifting my bum up. Okay, so Sisterhood of the Rose, what does that mean? Sisterhood of the Rose means you come from a long lineage of star seeds that are here to bring beauty to the world. Beauty in creative things, beauty in nature, and giving people and helping them see the beauty inside themselves. So you have come from a long lineage of star seeds. This is your mission, right? So the Sisterhood of the Rose is always the symbol of love, just like the essential oil. Rose is about love, and in the ancient times they used to use the rose oil and anoint the virgin bride with this one drop of rose oil. And what happened was, when this bride put on this one drop of rose oil, that would then have a love effect on the whole community at the wedding. And it would sort of what's the word I'm looking for? It would then create a beautiful feeling in the wedding party, but also give her a beautiful future. So when I do hens nights and things like that for, you know, people who are getting married for the first time and the second time, I usually give the bride a little oil vial of rose oil, and to anoint her and her husband at the moment of the vows, right? Because that creates just a beautiful energy for the wedding, and for the future marriage as they move into partnership together. So today, this weekend, this card is about moving into beauty. So go for a walk in a beautiful garden. I know that in Australia we're walking, we're moving into autumn, but I love autumn. I love the colours of autumn, that gorgeous, those oranges and those yellows. Go for a walk where they have lots of maple trees or a brook. Go for a walk near a waterfall and just be very present to the beauty in nature. And just by doing that, you are reconnecting with your soul mission this particular time around. So the Sisterhood of the Rose means that you're connected to the love vibration, and that your mission here is to bring love and beauty to everyone that you come along to. And it might be through a smile, and isn't it a beautiful day, and how are you, and just by doing those simple things like that. And the declaration for this is, and I'll read it from the book here, is surround yourself with beauty and create beauty wherever you go. So beauty out of your mouth, beauty coming from your eyes, beauty, looking at the beauty within yourself and looking at the beauty within others. So today, everybody, the summary is money coming in, something coming in that will be a beautiful new fountain of abundance for you. Number 2 is looking at your relationships and also looking at the beauty within yourself, diving deep to who you really are. And lastly, the Sisterhood of the Rose, the beautiful rose, reminding us to share with ourselves and others about how beautiful it is to be alive and share the beauty of the weekend. My friends, I will see you again on Monday. Have a really great weekend. Remember, if you would like to be part of my special group where I'm going to be providing a reading for you, but you must buy an hour reading. And with that hour reading, I'm giving you 5-day support in a special Facebook group starting in the middle of May. Okay, so if you're interested in that, PM me. I'll send you the information. Thank you to those who've already done that. And even if it's 5 or 6 of you, I will nurture you through, especially if you find yourself, you're trying something and you're getting stuck, I can help you there. But it will be with the 1 hour reading that we will sort out exactly what is going on for you, and then the 5-day support in a special, Facebook group where I will be with you every single day for 5 days, helping you with your stuff. Okay, so that is an amazing gift for those of you who want to really step into your own light. And for those of you who are watching the replay, please press #replay. Find me on YouTube, Wanda_wisdom. And this is going up on YouTube as well. And in the meantime, have a really great weekend. If I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at my keyboard. So I'm sorry about that. Have a really great weekend. Love yourself, love others, but love yourself first. In the meantime, Monday. See you then. Bye.